After 12 weeks, 100% of the clients saw new hair growth. 2 weeks. Like even the next day, did you notice anything?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had little tinglies. She did this area right here from ear to ear.
And you're being really gentle with that new hair growth, right?
Yes, yeah. I just don't scrub very hard. I'm really gentle when I wash my hair.
Hello there, I'm Kathleen Carney with Skin Blends, and we also rep for Procell Therapies. This is Katie, Carrie, and Heather. You might have met them in prior videos, but you'll see them a lot more in videos to come. It was exactly 2 weeks ago that Carrie did a hair treatment and a face treatment on Heather with a 0.5 needle using the Procell Therapies hair serum. And you're supposed to have the hair treatment done every 2 weeks for at least 5 weeks. So we'll be back in 2 more weeks. We're going to do another hair treatment. We're going to interview her about how it went, but then we're going to do, in 2 more weeks, we'll do face and hair again. So you'll get face and hair next time, and then we'll continue on through the 5 cycles. But right now, I'd just like to interview Heather a little bit to tell us her experience just within the last 2 weeks.
Little tinglies. She did this area right here from ear to ear. And I would have little tinglies throughout for a few days, and then I actually got some itchy and noticed just teeny tiny little baby hairs, like
So
just
awesome.
barely starting.
And then you're not blow drying your hair?
No.
And you're being really gentle with that new hair growth, right?
Yes, yeah.
And
I don't scrub very hard. I'm really gentle when I wash my hair, and I didn't wash my hair at all for the first 2 days.
Right, and that's exactly right. For anyone that's experiencing this treatment, for the first 2 days, you are not to wash your hair, which was really hard for Heather. And then we also did her brows too. Did you know? And I'm so happy that you got these results already. And then did you notice anything on your brows?
On my brows, I had the same tingling on my brows for a few days, and I've noticed just kind of some sporadic little hairs starting to grow.
Okay, very good. And she's a good candidate. We already did the form, and we've already taken the before pictures, and so we're really happy with the progress so far. I'm going to turn it over to Carrie. We have numbing as well here that Procell no longer sells. If your client can handle the treatment without numbing, it's always better. And Heather did really good on the first treatment with no numbing. Secondly, though, you want your client to be comfortable, but we can see the response better if there's no numbing. The skin gets pinker faster and we can see what's happening. Also, there's a little bit of debate about whether or not the serum goes in as good after you've numbed. So we're trying to do it without numbing as often as we can, but some clients just want the numbing, and then we do that for them.
Since she came in with a clean head of hair, we're just going to do some witch hazel and a clean face. Witch hazel on her eyebrows and her hair, where we're going to do the Procell.
Are you going to do the eyebrows first or the hair?
The eyebrows. Because if you have anything in your hair, we don't want to transfer it to your face, right?
Perfect.
Good point. She's using the comb to part the hair so she can get down to the scalp. With longer hair, it's a little bit more tricky than when they come in with no hair, which we've had mostly. This is our first client that we're doing that's female that has less hair in the front, but so many females I know have been complaining about hair loss. That's why we're super excited to bring this to you today. Now, in order for this to work, there has to be some hair in the follicle that we can stimulate. So it's better to have this treatment sooner rather than later, because if that follicle isn't stimulated for a long period of time, pretty soon the hair goes away. But as long as there's some hair in there to stimulate, this will work awesome. So again, that's the only time it doesn't work is when there's no hair in the follicle any longer to be stimulated. So it works on men and women. We've had really great results with men in the past. Heather is our first female receiving the treatment, and we're super excited about that.
So we're gonna put a little bit of Procell, the hair growth serum, on her eyebrows before we microchannel them. And we'll go back over and do it.
It's always better to have more hair in the brow than less hair so we can actually make a good arch. A good question people ask a lot is why does hair loss happen as we age? And that's because the anagen phase of the hair cycle gets shorter and shorter, and that makes more hair loss and more hair thinning. But what we're using in this serum is growth signaling boosters and specific to the hair. So we're using hair growth signaling boosters that are going to be stimulated with the microchanneling to start growing again. And one of the growth factors that we're using are the ones, several of the growth factors that we're using are the ones that specifically target the WNT cell growth signaling pathway. And without WNT signaling, the hair follicle genesis, the function and phase is impossible. That's why we have to somehow target that WNT cell signaling pathway, and we do it with the growth factors that are in our serum. If you notice a little bit of pinking there, so the follicles have definitely been stimulated, and then we put the serum with the growth factors that are going to target that WNT hair signaling pathway and produce some new little hairs. And we have to commit to a minimum of 5 treatments. Just doing one won't be enough. I'm sure you want more too, don't you, Heather?
I love it. I think it feels so good.
She's like the perfect client. It doesn't hurt at all. It just all feels good. And we're doing the 0.5 needles. We're using the face tip. So there's 25 needles each time she goes into the scalp. So by the time we're done, she's going to have hundreds of thousands of microchannels stamped into the scalp so the serum can penetrate, and it's all being stimulated with the microchanneling needles themselves. Again, parting the hair to get down to that scalp is really important. Puts a little bit of the serum on before, then stamps, and then she'll follow up with some serum after she stamps. How you doing, Heather?
Good.
Your face is even pinking up just a little bit just from the stimulation. Now the results that this treatment will provide are that we can reduce the rate of hair loss and we can promote new hair growth, which I don't know about you all, but I'm constantly picking hairs off of my outfits from hair loss. So I'm going to be signing up for this treatment as well. And we're activating the dormant stem cells within the hair follicle to start working again. They got lazy on us. It's going to increase the fullness and density of the hair. And it's going to improve her overall hair texture, which is all very exciting. Now, for her to get the best results though, she needs to use the home care serum. She won't use this for 2 days afterwards. For 2 days, no washing her hair and no serum. But can you explain, Heather, what you did on the...
Yeah. So after 2 days, morning and night, I just I started washing my hair after 2 days, but I washed it in the evening because you have to let it air dry. And so after it was air dried, I would put the serum on. I just kind of put it a few drops on my hand, in my palm, and then I would just touch it and try to put it all over the same areas where Carrie did the Procell. And
So you put it in one palm and use your fingers from your other one, right? Okay, cool.
And so then you just repeat it. Like when I wash my face in the morning, I would just wash my face and then repeat the same process through my hair.
Down at the base into the scalp, right?
Yeah.
Very good.
And then I stopped using it 2 or 3 days before this treatment.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she did everything exactly like she was supposed to. Doesn't always happen that way, but we love it when it does. And then just one of the nicest things I like to be able to share with clients is that in a clinical study, after 12 weeks, 100% of the clients saw new hair growth. Now, not every follicle grew, but everybody at least saw new hair growth. And I've had people that have spent a lot more money on hair growth treatments that haven't even gotten anything. So the fact that after 12 weeks, which would be 6 treatments, 100% of people saw new hair growth. And also 92% saw dramatic improvements in their hair quality and texture. So that's pretty good percentages. So we're excited for Heather, and we're excited for me and Carrie and whoever else here wants to try the treatment. That was a test that was conducted by Dr. Ballman in 2019. And they were both doing the treatments and using the home care, which is what we're doing here too. Feel different in different parts of the scalp?
It sounds really loud, but it doesn't hurt at all. I think it feels so good.
It's like a little scalp massage.
Yes.
I'm not promising it'll feel that way for everybody, but we're really happy that it does. I hope it feels that way for me, don't you, Carrie? For you too?
Absolutely.
Much more enjoyable when it feels like a scalp massage rather than...
Yeah. Yeah, when she was doing my eyebrows, though, it kind of made me want to sneeze, but
Interesting.
Yeah.
Then I have a little bit of questions and answers I can talk about. One is, how soon can I use it after professional hair treatment? And for your comfort, because the skin is more sensitive, the scalp is more sensitive after a professional hair treatment, so you need to wait several days. I would probably suggest about a week. And then, are the stem cells that we use safe? Of course they are. We wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't. But we harvest our growth factors from the stem cells of young, healthy adult donors. The cells undergo rigorous screening before heading to our lab. From there, we remove the stem cells and pull out the powerful growth factors and the cytokines to provide you with a superior product. And this serum is addressing, targeting the hair follicle. The growth factors involved are signaling to that pathway. We did not do it, but we did hear about somebody that actually accidentally used the hair growth serum on the face. Carrie threatened that on Heather today, but we did not do that. But we could wax her, we were thinking. But anyways, if for a chance, it's really hard to mess up because the hair growth serums always have green in the logo. Always green. If it's a Pro serum, it's going to be purple. If it's a MD serum, it's going to be teal blue color, but hair growth is always going to be green for growth. And what the person was advised to tell her client, hopefully they were good friends, was to go in a sauna and sweat it all out. So that would be the one thing you would never want to do after you have a Procell Microchanneling treatment on your face or in your hair. You don't want to sweat any of these growth factors out of your skin, but if you ever needed to, it's always a good story to tell because then people remember what not to do even on their face, because sometimes they forget. So that's good. And what happens if I skip a day? It's no problem. It's going to work better if you remember to do it every day, twice a day, and it doesn't take much of the home care, does it?
No, not at all.
Just a couple drops.
Yes.
I wonder if we can see if the scalp is pink after you do it. I wasn't looking on that side. It's pretty pink. Hopefully the camera can capture that. Awesome. And then another question that people come up with is, can I use minoxidil, Rogaine, or other health growth products? Procell is going to say to only use theirs while you're doing this treatment because they're made to work with each other, but after that, go ahead and use whatever else you were using that was working for you. But during the Procell 5 to 6 treatments, you want to just use the Procell Home Care. She's doing about 10 and then moving on, aren't you, with the overlap? Yep. So the noise that we're hearing does feel a little bit more because it's closer to her ears.
Yeah.
And she takes just a little while and then she pinks up pretty good. Mm-hmm. Again, the pink shows us stimulation, which is what we're trying to achieve. Stimulation and then putting the growth factors in there. With the cell signaling capabilities to tell the hair to grow again. The ones that are in there dormant in the hair follicle. And then another question we get a lot is, and we've kind of answered it, but it's good to go over it again, is should I wash my hair after applying the serum? And the answer is a big fat no. No. You need to let the growth factor product absorb fully into your scalp before shampooing. We recommend applying it in the evening before bed so that when you wake up in the morning, the hair serum has absorbed. Remember, only a few drops at a time. As much as possible, apply the serum to the scalp and not the hair. And she's been doing all of that, so we're very excited for the results. Carrie's doing awesome. Your massage is going to be over soon. So I think the hardest part of this whole treatment is not washing your hair.
Yeah, that's the worst part for me.
Yeah.
Blow drying, that's fine, but the not washing, but it's just for 2 days, every 2 weeks, so I can handle it.
We're super excited about 2 things. The hair growth on the scalp, of course, but we're also excited to see about the hair growth on the brows.
Yes.
And then Heather's been doing her own experiment that I just found out about this morning. She's been using our product, Lashes LTD, on one eye,
yes,
and using a competitor's product on the other eyelash. And I'm going to have her share with you her results.
Yeah, I've been using the Lashes LTD on this side and a different product on the other side. And I've been doing it for several weeks, maybe 8 weeks or maybe even longer.
And you have been using Lashes LTD on both for a long time.
Yes. Lashes LTD side started looking so much better than the other side that I started getting self-conscious, so I decided the experiment was over and I'm just going back to Lashes LTD.
I don't blame you. It is an awesome product, and you've seen how it flies off our shelves.
Yes, yeah, I love it.
I love that someone was brave enough to do that experiment for us. Can you feel any tingling now where she's been?
Yes.
On your eyebrows?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So they're in there talking.
Yeah, I know. It's so interesting. It's just little teeny tingles just randomly all over wherever she's been. And the last time that lasted for several days until it started kind of just itching. But you can't scratch. I just kind of poked at it a little bit now and again, but I didn't want to disturb anything that might be trying to poke through.
Awesome. Don't scratch is another good one. You don't want to tear that new little growth out accidentally.
Yeah.
It'll get stronger as it's growing in. Can you think of anything else that surprised you about the treatment? That it actually worked?
Yeah.
Because everyone says it works, but until you've actually experienced it for yourself.
Yeah, and it's hard to see on my hair, but I was really surprised how the tingling and just kind of tickles and the little itching, but
it's healing the itching.
Yeah, when I was looking with a 10-time magnifier, I could see little tiny, it was like really baby blonde hairs poking through, but I'm probably the most excited about eyebrows. I places where I've not been able to grow eyebrows, I actually got some coming through and just noticed a new one this morning.
Yay!
So,
That is so awesome. I think this will be a great addition for a lot of our Procell users that are just doing the face to be able to expand into the scalp and into the eyebrows for their clients. Last time we did the face and the eyebrows and the hair all together in one service, which was kind of neat too. We'll do that in 2 more weeks. The whole hair. On women, it's usually about ear to ear, in the front of the head is where we work. The whole head would definitely take longer. You might be able to use the body tip instead. One that would have 50 needles in it. Oh my goodness! We're almost there, Heather.
yeah. That part feels so good.
Yeah. And it's awesome how relaxing it is for Heather today. And it was last time too.
Yes.
I'm hoping it's that way for me. And for Carrie too. You do not need it, Katie. Now she's just kind of going around the hairline because that seems to recede as we get older too, and I'm sure Heather wouldn't mind a few more hairs there, would you? And again, the thing I like to remind people, sooner is better than later. You want to catch it when there's still hair in the follicle before it just turns off. So there's nothing there to stimulate, we won't get any hair, but as long as there's some hair in that follicle, we can stimulate it and it can grow back, and we can baby it by treating the scalp gently and not using a blow dryer, gently shampooing. You used it all.
Thank you.
She got every last drop of our serum. We're not going to waste any of those growth factors. Okay, well, there you have it. Joe, can you come up in here too to say goodbye to everybody? So, thank you from the Skin Blends team.